Hello friends, today we are going to discuss the new chapter, that is circles, which looks like this, and our main discussion topic will be introduction and important terms based on circles. So before starting into the video, I would request you to please subscribe to my channel and like the video and share it to your friends. So here in this video we are going to discuss some important terms in the circle and about circle, and we will be doing only one problem on the circles, one problem. So in the next video we will be doing more problems based on circles, and we will be doing some theorems also, and that theorems also I will be discussing in this video. So before going into the video, I would request you to please subscribe to my channel and share and like. So now I hope you know what is a circle. A circle is a polygon with n number of sides. A circle is a polygon with n number of sides. So here it is defined as the closed figure joining all those points in a plane which are at the same fixed distance from a fixed point. So first term we have is circumference. Circumference is nothing but the line which you can see on the circle is called as circumference. The perimeter of the circle is known as circumference. So this is circumference. And next is we are going to discuss is center. Center is nothing but the point which is at center of the circle, that is in the circle. So center, you can also define the center is the point from which the radius of the circle are equal, that is all the radius are equal. First you should know what is a radius. So let us take a line like this. And a line from the center to the circumference of the circle. If we draw like this, and another line also we have drawn like this, these two lines are equal. If these two lines are equal, then this point is said to be the center. So any line joined from center to the circumference of circle is equal. So you can take this line, any n number of lines you can take. So you can take any lines. These all will be equal if this dot O, this is the center of the circle. If this will be the center of the circle, definitely these all radius will be equal. Radius means is nothing but the line joining the circumference of circle to the center. From any point on the circumference of the circle to the center is called radius, and they will be equal. So after that we should know some other terms also. So if a circle is drawn like this, and let us take this point O as the center. This is the center, and a line from circumference of the point to another circumference of point. What I mean is a line from any point which is not crossing through the center. Not crossing through the center means it should not be like this. If it is not like that, and it is joining any two points on the circumference of circle, is called as the chord. So here in this figure, AB is chord, and if you draw another line also, let us take this as CD. CD is chord. Okay, yeah, CD is also chord here. The lines joining from one point on the circumference of circle to another point is called the the chord of the circle. So now you can say, what is the longest chord in the circle? Yes, that's right, the line which is meeting two points on the circumference of circle and passing through the center. This is the longest chord, we can say. This is the longest chord. Let us take it as E and F. So EF is longest chord. EF is longest chord, and a specific name is given to it, that is called diameter. The longest chord is called diameter. The longest chord in the circle is called diameter. Longest chord. Okay, I hope you are clear with these all terms: radius, center, chord and diameter. Okay, now let us move on to the next term, that is exterior point. And exterior point is nothing but, from the name itself you can understand it, that is, it is something exterior of the circle. Here point E is exterior, point F is exterior, so these all are exterior point, and same way opposite to it, interior points will be there. Interior is nothing but the one which are lying in the circle, inside the circle. So F, E, D, these all are interior points. These are very common, that we can understand by name itself. And next we are having is concentric circles. So what is meant by concentric circles? So when you take like this some circles, there should be 3 or more, which all are having the same center. Where all are having the same center means, this circle, the inner circle center should be this one, and outer circle center should be this point, and every circle center should be this white dot O. Let us take them O, and O should be the center of all the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 circles. All the 5 circles, if O is the center, then they are said to be concentric circles. They are said to be concentric circles. They should be 2 or greater than 2. 2 or greater than 2. If they have the same center, they are said to be concentric circles. Yeah. Now we are having equal circles. Let us take 2 circles like this, having the center O. Let us take circle O with center O. So this may not be the exact center, but I am just drawing it rough to explain it to you. So this center is there, right? I hope you know, just now I have explained, right? That is, what is this line called? AB and CD line called. Sorry, OA and OB, because O is already given the name to it, this center. Yes, that's right, that is called the radius. So when 2 radius are equal in 2 or more circles, so OA is equal to OB, then this circle and this circle are said to be equal. They are said to be equal circles. Okay. when OA is equal to OB, these two circles are said to be equal. That means the radius should be equal. The radius should be equal in both the circles, then it will be said that these two circles are equal. And next we are having another term, that is circumscribed circle. Circumscribed circles. What is meant by circumscribed circles? So when a circle is drawn and in that any polygon you take, any polygon is there and its sides are touching the circle. So this side should be touching the circle. This side should be touching the circle, and then the circle is called as circumscribed circle. So you can take any polygon you can say, and that is called circumscribed circle. Now we are having inscribed circle. Inscribed circle means, let us take any polygon. Let us take for example this one, triangle. So it should be exactly the circle which is touching all the three sides of the triangle, means the circle that touches all the sides of the polygon. So here 1, 2, 3. So AB, BC and AC are the sides of this triangle, and this circle is touching all sides. It is touching AC here. At P it is touching AC, and at E it is touching AB, and at O it is touching, here you can see, at O it is touching BC. That is called inscribed circle. So when it is having the center of the inscribed circle, means here we are having a center, right? This center of the inscribed circle, here let us take it as some x, then x is known as in center. X is known as in center. Okay, only in an inscribed polygon it is known as in center. Same way, if, and the polygon, you can see the polygon, this triangle will be known as triangle ABC. Triangle ABC is called circumscribed polygon it is. So just the opposite, it will be circumscribed polygon. Circumscribed polygon. That is, if it is inscribed circle, the polygon is known as circumscribed polygon. If it is circumscribed polygon, then it is known as inscribed polygon. So just the opposite will be there for circumscribed circle and inscribed circle. And the center of circumscribed circle will be called as circumcenter. That I have forgotten to say, that is before. Yeah. Now let us come to the another term, that is called arc. Arc. So let us see what is arc. When a circle is drawn, okay, a circle is drawn and a line is drawn like this. Let us take it as AB. It is chord, right? Yeah. So AXB is called arc. Arc is nothing but the part of the circumference of the circle. Means if you take this part, just focus on my finger. If you take this part, this is known as arc of the circle. AXB, this is known as the arc of the circle. And same way, here you are having another arc, that is, if I will take this as Y, AYB, this will be another arc, that is bigger arc. It is bigger than AXB. So AXB is minor arc, where AYB is major arc. AYB is the major arc. Okay? Yeah. Now, let us come to the another topic, that is segment. Segment is nothing but this area what is there in the arc enclosed by a arc. So AYB is a arc, right? I am just rubbing this one so as to get a clear idea of what is segment. Yeah. So this area enclosed between an arc is called the segment. So if it is enclosed in minor arc, it is known as minor segment, and if it is enclosed in major arc, it is known as major segment. So this will be minor segment and this will be major segment. Okay? Yeah. Now we are having another term, that is setter. Setter is nothing but when two lines are drawn like this, two radii. If this is the center O and two radii is nothing but the plural form of radius. Radius is singular form and radii is more than two, or two also you can say. It is radii, the plural form of radii. Yeah. The area, the setter is nothing but the region bounded by an arc and two radii joining the center to the endpoints of the arc is called the setter. That means this is the setter. If I will name it as OYB, so OYB will be the setter over here. Okay? Yeah. And what about this? This is also O. If I will take it as X, so YXB, this will be the major setter. YXB will be the major setter and OYB the minor setter, YB. Okay? You have to say OYB and OXYB because the arc will be like this and the setter will be something in this shape. Okay, and this is the minor setter. Yeah. Now let us go on to the next one, that is we are having theorems. Now we are having, in the beginning of the video, we are going to see some theorems over here. So just have a look at the statement of the theorem. Pause the video and have a look at this statement. I hope you have done that. So I am just reading it now and I will just explain it, what is the theorem and how to apply it in questions. A straight line drawn from the center bisect a chord which is not a diameter is at right angles to the chord. Means first we will have to draw a circle. So when we draw a circle, a straight line drawn from the center. Okay, let this be the center O. You can see a point here O. A straight line drawn from center to bisect a chord. Chord, I hope you know, just now I explained, right? This one is the chord. Chord, a straight line drawn from center to bisect a chord. So when you draw a line from a straight line from the center to bisect a chord. Bisect a chord is nothing but dividing the chord into two equal parts. If this is A, B, this is AB and let this point be P. So bisecting means AP is equal to PB. So in the question they gave that it is bisecting the chord. Okay. Now if it bisects the chord which is not a diameter. Diameter means a circle with a chord passing through the center. So this chord is not passing through the center, right? AB is not passing through the center, so it is definitely not a diameter. And which is not a diameter is at right angles to the chord. What is right angles to the chord? Right angle is nothing but 90 degree. Right angle is nothing but 90 degree. So this angle they are saying that it is 90 degree. This angle they are saying that it is 90 degree on both sides. If one side is 90 degree, another side it will be 90, obviously by linear pair. So this will be 90 degree when this chord is bisecting, this line is bisecting the chord. Let us see how it works. So in the question they have given that it is bisecting. So let us prove this theorem. Is it really working or not? So for that we'll be doing a small construction, that is join OA and OB. Okay, join OA and OB. So in these triangles let us prove their congruent, and when they are congruent, so this angle OPA will be equal to angle OPB. So they are linear pair and they both will be equal. So let us make them. They will be 180 and 180 by 2 90 degree. Each one will be 90 degree. That way we have to prove. That I will say you in the later in this video also. I will be saying now. So let us see how to prove them congruent. First triangle OAP and triangle OBP. Okay. OAP and OPB. OAP and OAB. OBP. So here you are having AP is equal to PB, that is given in the question. Bisecting means given in the question, no? It is given in the theorem, right? That is, so is at right angle we have to prove. So in order to prove that, center to bisect a chord which is not a diameter. So till here is our question, and we have to prove the another remaining part. Bisect a chord which is not a diameter means, so it is bisecting, so it is not a diameter, and bisecting means AP is equal to PB. First let us write AP is equal to PB. I am proving congruency, okay? Given in the question it is. And same way OB is equal to OA. Can you guess what is the reason? Pause the video and guess what is the reason. Yes, that's correct. It is radii of same circle. Radii of same circle means, I have already said you that two radius will be equal in a circle. In a circle, two radius will be equal. All the radius will be equal, and these two are radius from the circle, right? From the center they are joined to the point on the circumference of the circle. Same way OA and OB. So those will be radius of the circle, and those two will be equal. And same way, what we have proved is OA is equal to OB, AP is equal to BP, and OP is equal to OP. When you take two circles, OP will be common in both the triangles. So OP is equal to OP. The reason behind it is common. Now these two triangles are congruent. Triangle OAP is congruent to triangle OAB by side criterion. These both are sides, right? SSS criterion. These triangles are congruent. So by this, what we will be getting is angle OPA is equal to angle OPB. Angle OPA is equal to angle OPB. Let us take them as X. Now here in the diagram, you can see they both form a linear pair. As they lie on the straight line, they both form a linear pair. So when they form a linear pair, we can say angle OPA plus angle OPB is equal to 180 degree by linear pair. So here this one we have proved it is X, right? X. Same way this one also we said X. So X plus X is nothing but 2X is equal to 180 degree, and 2 1s are 2 90s are. We will be getting X is equal to 90 degree. X is nothing but OPA and OPB. So this will be 90 degree and this will be 90 degree. Proved. So same way converse of theorem is there that I have not explained, and it is very easy. The same theorem converse, that is when the question is given that a line is drawn at right angles to the chord, we have to show that it bisects the chord. The same will be using the, but here we will be using the angle equal, and OA is equal to OB and OP is equal to OP. That will be using and we will be proving, and then we can prove AP is equal to PB. So this theorem is very important. Okay, let us go on to the next theorem. So just have a look at this theorem also. Pause the video and have a look at it. Yeah, now here we are having this theorem, and we are having converse of this theorem also. Okay, converse of this theorem also we are having, same as the before one. Let us read the theorem. Equal chords are equidistant from the center. What does it mean? It meant that equal chords means, let us take a circle. Equal chords, these two are equal. AB and CD are equal chords, are equidistant from the center. So this is center O, and this is equidistance from the center means, so let us take this one as OP and OQ. It meant that OP is equal to OQ when AB is equal to CD. OP is equal to OQ when AB is equal to CD. Means when these two chords are equal, the distance from the center is also equal. Okay, let us prove. Let us prove. For that, we'll be drawing a construction that is join OB and OD. Join OB and OD. When we join OB and OD, take these two triangles. So for the same process, we are needing this center and we are drawing a line perpendicular to AB and perpendicular to CD. So for this construction, we will be doing this one, perpendicular to AB and perpendicular to CD. So this angle also will be 90 degree. Now we will doing the construction OB and OD. Join OB and OD. When we join OB and OD, here we should prove that these two triangles are congruent, and it is given that AB is equal to CD. So as AB is equal to CD. This is very important. Okay. Yeah. Now, if AB is equal to CD, we know whatever we do on LHS, if we do on RHS, the condition satisfies when there is equals to in between. So let us see. I'll do half of AB is equal to half of CD. Both side I am doing half. So by this first theorem which you are having here, a line is drawn, and when it is 90 degree to the chord, it is bisecting. So this is the first theorem, theorem 1. When a line is drawn perpendicular from the center to the chord, it is bisecting. Same way, here you can see in this circle, a line is drawn from the center to the chord. AB is chord, right? It is chord and it is perpendicular. So definitely it is bisecting. Same way here also. But here PB is nothing but half of AB because it is equal. PB is equal to half of AB and DQ is equal to half of CD. DQ is equal to half of CD. So now here half of AB is equal to half of CD. Half of AB is equal to half of CD. So PB will be equal to DQ. PB equals DQ. That is first one we have proved in triangle. Next one is angle OPB is equal to angle OQD. Both are 90 degree. Angle OPB is equal to angle OQD, which is equal to 90 degree. Okay. And still what we are having is OB is equal to OD. Same reason, that is radii of same circle. OB is equal to OD, radii of same circle. So these triangles are congruent triangle. Triangle OPB is congruent to triangle OQD. So OPB is congruent to triangle OQD. What does it mean? Yes, that's right. OP is equal to OQ. OP is equal to OQ by CPCTC. That's what we have proved. And same way, as I have said before, there will be converse, that is, if these two are not given equal chords and this is given equidistance from the center, you can do the same thing, that is draw the perpendiculars like this and do the radius you have to draw, that is join OB and OD, and same thing this will be these two triangles will be congruent, that is this one will be congruent, and 90 degree 90 degree, and OPB triangle will be congruent to OQD by RHS. That time you have to say it is RHS, because right angle hypotenuse and side, right angle hypotenuse and side by RHS. So it will be, they will be equal, and then you can say they are equal chords, that is PB is equal to QD. But you also know that when two right angles are drawn from the chord, a line right angle to the chord bisects the chord by the converse of the first theorem. Same way, QD equal to CQ and PB equal to AP. But PB is equal to QD, right? So this all will be equal. AB is equal to CD. That is by converse of this theorem. This is the last part of this video, and this will be the question which I am saying you. So this is a simple question, and more questions, more detailed questions we will be doing from the next video. So this is the question, just have a look at it. Yeah, a chord of 6 centimeter is drawn in a circle of radius 5 centimeter. Calculate its distance from the center of the circle. That means a circle is drawn like this, in this way. Let us take this center as O. A chord of length 6 centimeter. So what is the length of this chord? Yes, that's right, that is 6 centimeter. And in a circle of radius is 5 centimeter. Let us take the radius like this. This is 5 centimeter. And what is the distance from the center of the circle to the chord? It is okay. What is the distance from the center of the circle? Calculate its distance, means this line distance from the center of the circle. That is nothing but this one. So for that, small construction we have to do. That is, this is, we know that it is the distance from the center of the circle to the chord. Let us join this point, this is A, B, and this point as P. Here I am rubbing 6 centimeter. This point is P, and this is 6 centimeter. This point is P. So construction, join OP, okay, join, I am writing here down, join OP perpendicular to AB. Join OP perpendicular to AB means nothing but OP should be perpendicular to AB, okay. OP is perpendicular to AB. This should be 90 degree on the either side. We know by if it is 90 degree on one side, other side also it will be 90 degree by linear pair. Yeah. Now this is perpendicular. So by first theorem, theorem 1, here you can see a straight line drawn from center to bisect a chord which is not a diameter is at right angles to the chord. And this theorem we are having the converse, that is a straight line drawn at right angles to the chord bisect the chord. That theorem, that converse we will be using here. So perpendiculars from center bisect the chord, okay. Perpendiculars from center, I am just dividing it. Yeah, perpendiculars from center bisect the chord. This is perpendicular symbol. Perpendiculars from center bisect the chord is nothing but AP will be equal to PB. AP is equal to PB. What they asked is this distance. Now consider triangle OAP. triangle OAP, angle OPA is equal to 90 degree. So by Pythagoras theorem, I hope you know that Pythagoras theorem means when a triangle is drawn like this, this will be A, B, C. Let us take angle B as 90 degree. So this is called hypotenuse. The line which is opposite side to the 90 degree is called the hypotenuse, and these are sides AB and AC are AB and BC are sides. So by Pythagoras theorem, here AC square will be equal to AB square plus BC square. That is what the Pythagoras theorem means. The hypotenuse square will be equal to these both squares sum. The sum of this both AB square and BC square. That is what meant by Pythagoras theorem. Okay. Yeah. Now here, so by Pythagoras theorem, this is Pythagoras theorem. Okay. Now here you are having angle OPA is equal to 90 degree. So OA is hypotenuse. OA is hypotenuse. OA is hypotenuse. Then hypotenuse square will be equal to AP square plus OP square. But we don't know what is the value of AP. What is the value of AP? So you know that perpendiculars bisect the chord. Perpendiculars drawn from the center. This I have written the statement, right? Perpendiculars from center bisect the chord. So the same way, perpendiculars bisect the chord from the center means OP bisects AB. OP bisects AB means AP will be equal to PB. AP equal to PB, but these are half of AB. These are lying in AB line, so this will be half of AB. AB is given for us, that is 6 centimeter. So AP is equal to half of 6 centimeter. When you consider these two, AP will be equal to half of 6 centimeter. So 2 ones are 2 threes are. AP is equal to 3 centimeter. That we got now. Now AP is equal to 3 centimeter and OA is 5 centimeter, that is radius is given over here. OA is equal to 5 centimeter, we have to find OP. So hypotenuse square is nothing but OA square is equal to these both side square, that is OP square plus AP square. OP square plus AP square. OP square plus AP square. AP is nothing but 3 centimeter. So AP is nothing but 3 centimeter. So first let us take OA square. OA we are having 5 centimeters. So what is 5 centimeter square? That is 5 square equal to OP square. Not given, so let us write it like that. Just write it like that. OP square plus AP square. AP square is given 3 centimeter. So 3 centimeter 3 square. So 25 is equal to OP square plus 3 3s are 9. So OP square is equal to, on transposing 9 onto LHS, we will be getting 25 minus 9. Okay, 25 minus 9 we are having. So just have a look at the process. This is very crucial part of the question. So Pythagoras theorem uses will be more in this video, in this chapter. so we have to use it. Okay, just have a look at it and let us solve. Now OP square we got. So now OP square is equal to 25 minus 9. So OP square is equal to 25 minus 9 is nothing but 16. So now we have to do square root on both sides in order to cancel this square. So in order to do this cancel this square, we have to do square root on both sides. I have done it on LHS as well as RHS. Okay, now OP square is equal to square root of 16. So OP, yeah, OP is equal to square root of 4 square. 16 is nothing but 4 square. 4 into 4, and here also square and square cancel. So OP is equal to 4 centimeter. So Pythagoras theorem usage is very important, and the construction is also very crucial part. So OP is equal to 4 centimeter. That's what they asked. That is calculated distance from center of circle. That is 4 centimeter. Okay. So that's all for today's videos, friends. Thank you all for watching my video. Don't forget to do like, share, comment and subscribe to my channel. So thank you all for watching my video, and happy Diwali to all. Thank you.